Hey, Ace8 here. This is an initial fly-through of what will become the main level in Turscar Isle. As you can see, I've changed this over to the overdraw mode, just to give an idea of what's actually going on. And you can kind of see the scale of what I'm planning to do here. So sector down here, one here, one here that I haven't done. That's what this box is. Another more box, few boxes over here for placeholders. And another 3 or 4 that they've actually completed. I'll probably come back to later at some point. You're going to start all the way down here on what is going to be a rocky shingle. Let me just switch back to unshaded to give you a rough idea of it. Not much here. Your boat is here, your extraction point. The only thing in here is going to be this portal into the sewers. When you come in through the sewers, you're going to have two main options. Basically, go up towards that portal over there, which leads into stores. There's another one here, which is one way only, more of an escape route than an entry point. Or you can find this portal up here, go through the terrain, which is going to lead into the processing center. Processing center is basically where the spammers hold fresh candidates, or the poor saps they've kidnapped, brainwashed masses who have been liberated from the tyranny of content moderation. There might be some loot here, quite a bit of lore, quite a lot of atmosphere. Basically some cell blocks. I might change these to add some other routes around, like, I don't know, these sewers that are going to feed into this one. But we'll see. Yeah, this sector alone is, I think, about the same size as the tutorial, maybe a bit larger. So you can get a rough idea of what I'm actually aiming towards. It is going to be connected back to the sewers, but there is going to be another portal somewhere over here leading out towards the main entrance. A hidden one here which is going to lead into a barracks / mech bay. But I haven't done those yet. And I'm sort of thinking of maybe adding a utility passage out from, say, the morgue or furnace out to the starting point as an alternate escape route. What I'm going to be trying to go with this is that you, the player, will decide when to pull out. So you might find other ways around. He's out. Hell, maybe I'll even add an exfiltration point in the main entrance if you really want to say, screw stealth and go full and go loud, as they say. Moving back towards the stores, they're storerooms. There's going to be some loot in here, especially this main one here. That's the high quality ones for the Prez and their council, aka the top spammers. Those will be hidden behind key codes, and you will have to look somewhere else for those. And yep, here's the portal that leads into the sewers. Basically, you drop down via these holes in the floor. Nothing fancy, but they'll do. Washing machines. This is totally not a reference to a particularly obnoxious spammer on the Unity forums about a decade ago, who may have been one of the people that inspired the original game. And I've just realized that these washing machines are floating. They're magic. Just roll with it for now. Moving on, there is going to be a portal somewhere up here leading over to the vault in the background there. There is a portal here which leads to the living quarters. I'll show you that in a moment. And this one here leads into the hub. Moving on to the living quarters. I have spread things around a bit too much just so I could keep things marginally separate. It's basically going to be canteens, kitchens, dorms, and I'm probably going to go back and add more cubby holes, make it a little less straight, the walls a little less straight. Most of the dorms are not exactly private because, well, most of the spammers haven't quite earned that right yet. More senior ones get a double room. You might be able to hide in some of these. There might be There might be some loot around as well. They're all supposed to hide it in the vault for the goals, but there's always one person who selfishly refuses to share. Over at this end, there will be a link back to the hub from there. Just haven't put it in. And these two entry exits down here, this is going to lead to the generator room, which I may put an optional objective in there to turn it off, though that will probably result in a global alert. And there's another one down here which will lead into the broadcast hall, this big thing here. That's going to be their cathedral. Moving back to the hub, and this is going to take a while because I may have made this a little too big. Maybe I've bitten off more than I can chew, I don't know. So, starting from here and going from the left and going clockwise, we have the stores, living quarters, broadcast hall, and then the mech bay will be down that way. On the next floor, this portal here will, I have it added in, will lead to the prelate's quarters. This will lead to the broadcast hall. And up here will be another portal out to the upper level of the island. That will be completely outdoors. Maybe I'll add something in there like antennas to sabotage. There might be, I'm thinking of adding optional objectives just to give people other things to do than stab every boss on the back and steal everything that isn't nailed down. And another thing I might end up doing is just putting some cubby holes inside here for the player to hide in, like the coward they are. So yeah, that's the current state of the main level. Am I biting off more than I can chew? Yes, no, maybe. Answers on a postcard or in the comments below. But I'm enjoying it. And I suppose I'm going to skip over to the tutorial now and show you the new user interface I've been working on. So I'm going to show it on the main menu now because it's quick and easy. There is a save load mechanism. I'm not going to show that right now. I've kind of gone with this sort of retro futuristic vibe, or trying to anyway. Basically, dark blue-gray for backgrounds, change to orange when highlighted, so you can tell you've actually swapped over them, especially for anyone who's colorblind. Let me just show you that. Now, this is the dev console. A lot of things here will not be present in the main game, but as you can see, this is a third-party add-on which adds all of these, and there will be a link to that in the description. It's basically just so I can check for myself, have I messed this up too badly? Like, I'm literally a one-man team, so there's limits to what I can do. But I will try and at least support colorblindness. So yeah, this is what the sliders look like now. Probably need to make this one aligned with the other two, or change the colors of these so they stand out a little bit more, make it a bit more obvious. It's a work in progress. There's also the option to view notes that you've found, and I've just realized I need to actually make this into a scroll container. It'll allow you to view notes that you've already found. I may change that later to avoid some if they're used for loot, but let's get into it. Again, same as above. Yeah, tutorials will have this orange background to kind of help them stand out against the sky, because I realized that if I change the, where is it? This down to minimal, you can see the sky disappears and it's white on grey. That's impossible to read. Things haven't changed. Oh yeah, using icons now instead of text. So reading, they have a dedicated one. Doors have a dedicated one. There's a dedicated one for marking your path back, one for backstabbing, and then there's a general purpose one which I'm going to shoot both of those now. That was the general purpose icon. And there's one in the bottom left corner there for carrying. And I'm just going to quickly show on the Deuteranopia. So now the stamina bar is blue rather than green. Just makes it a little easier to tell them apart. Anyway, that's pretty much it, and I'll see you in the next one. So that's the current state of things. If you want to follow this, maybe follow on itch.io, Mastodon, YouTube, or maybe subscribe to my blog's very irregularly updated newsletter. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye for now.